At guard, 6'6", number 7, Jaylen Brown.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. Taking a look at some numbers here for him.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. You can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup, we've got Michael Porter. Terrence Mann is out there with Traore. Miller Sharp, and it's Dimon in at the 3. And for Boston, White and Brown team up as the backcourt. Then it's Sam Hauser, and it's Walsh in at the 4-man position. And coming into this game, Grant, is it fair to say this feels like it should be a blowout?
Well, on paper, that would be the assumption. But, BA, this is why we play the games. Anything can happen, and any team can pull off an upset.
Here's Traore, pass to Porter from outside the arc. Queta pulls it in. Now here's White. Now Hauser. The 3 is up. Porter pulls it in. Here's Dimon. Pass to Sharp. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
High percentage look right off the bat.
White with it. His last outing, we saw him score 22. He's off on the layup. Here's Traore. Left side Sharp. It's not going to go for him. Boston on offense. Out to the wing. Here's Walsh. Again, the miss by Boston. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Man with it. Now guarded by Brown. Porter looks it over. Pass to Dimon. 6 on the shot clock. White with a steal. Here's Hauser. Brooklyn pulls it in.
0 for 4 to start this game. Some of it's execution, and some of it's just bad luck.
Now here's Sharp, defended by Hauser. Sharp, no good.
Okay, it's taking them a moment to find their rhythm, opening the game with some uneven 1 for 4 shooting.
Hauser outside. Fires the 3. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Well, it took them 5 tries, but they showed they could make a basket, I guess.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Porter. Out to the right wing. From 20 feet. It's rebounded by Walsh.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Outside White. And the 3 off target. Brooklyn trailing. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, the Nets trading this summer for Michael Porter Jr. And after playing a complimentary role in Denver with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, he now becomes a focal point. He said he's not really a big city guy with all the traffic, but listen, he can expect plenty of crowding every time he touches the ball.
He can heat up in a hurry. Shams, thank you. Boston with the ball. Following the bucket by Brooklyn. Pass to Walsh. To the paint. Here's Brown. Count it. Good.
He's flexing on that finish. These kind of... Buckets get Brown going.
The Nets have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. And here's Sharp. Here's Traore. Rebounded by Jaylen Brown.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Can't hit. 1 for 2 now.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Pass to Toure. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Now here's Porter. Back to man. Toure for 3. The rebound, Celtics. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Atlanta.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
Coaches love that kind of showing offensively, especially on the road.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
At the line for your Celtics.
And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws here for the night.
2 shots.
Misses. Grant, having played in the league, you must have a good idea of how these guys are feeling this deep into the year.
No, BA, it's hard to describe. There's such a physical drain on your body, and mentally, it might be even more difficult.
And he sinks the second. The floor is space for the Celtics, Richard, and they've launched threes at a record pace.
And when those shots are falling, they are tough to beat. But they live by the 3, die by the 3. Some say they settle when the shot's not falling.
Here's Toure. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto. On the wing man. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Demon. Pass to Toure from behind the arc. Buries it from 3. And that'll tie this game up.
I guess that defense thought they could live with that, and he punished them for thinking so.
Now here's White. He's covered closely. Hauser outside. It's Brown on the wing. Banked it in off the glass.
Very athletic play by Brown. Getting the ball inside and working his way to a high percentage shot.
Outside man. Outside Porter. Jacks up a 3. Sinks it from distance.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Boston has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. White, the pass to Brown. Here's Hauser. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Here's Dimon, defended by Hauser. Pass to Toure. Down low. Here's Sharp. Boston pulls it in. White looking it over. And he lays it up and in. And the Celtics lead by 1.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a hard burn.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Some changes for Boston. Garza's checked in for Queta. Minot comes in for Walsh. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Hauser. Pass to Dimon. Outside man. Fires for 3. And he buries his first look. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
And here's Pritchard doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. 6 to shoot. Garza passes to Pritchard. The three-pointer off the mark.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
To the middle. Here's Porter. And then Porter with the dunk.
Being Porter Jr. is 6'10", you have to know where he is at all times, especially when he's lurking inside.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Outside, Brown. Pass to Garza. Brown looking around. Outside Pritchard. Three-pointer. Great key that time from Mann. And so Porter will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Cameron Thomas checked in for Brooklyn.
Number 24, Cameron Thomas.
Here's Traore. He's got 5. Pass to Porter. The three. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Now here's Pritchard. Still no points. Here's Garza. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Traore, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Porter's shot is off.
No question who's in control of the board so far.
Yes, Peyton Pritchard doing it at the NBA level. But he was a beast in the college range too, Rich.
All-time leader in games played, minutes, and assists in his conference. The only player to reach 1,900 points, 600 assists, and 500 rebounds in the conference. You know, that's pretty tough.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this, more than if everything had just been smooth. Ryan, back over to you.
Thank you, Allie.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Now White. Offensively, he's been a force. He's putting up around 19 points a game. Pass to Brown. There's the triple. Sinks the tray. Brown's got 7 points. Nets leading by 5. Sharp up top. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into it.
The Celtics making a switch here. Simon's checked in. Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Dimon, coming off a solid outing against Toronto. To the inside, Sharp. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Sharp's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Yeah, their aggressive approach on the offensive glass has created second chance opportunities.
Outside, Brown. There's 42 seconds left in the opening quarter. Up and over Porter. Claxton with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Back to Thomas. Claxton a screen on Simons. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Thomas does need a lot of space in this situation. He is so good at breaking defenses down.
Pritchard surviving the D. Pass to Brown. Over Porter. thought it had it gone. Michael Porter, he's been the guy making things happen for Brooklyn. Between his scoring and rebounding, an excellent period. We'll be right back. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck. Plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Nets. We've got Nicholas Claxton. Saraf is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams. And it's Wolf in at the power forward position. Here's Thomas, following the bucket by Boston. Pass to Williams. Here's Saraf. And there's the screen. Shot clock at 5. Here's Claxton. No good on the triple.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Up top, Pritchard. Thomas defends. Pritchard against Thomas. Launches a 3. Garza's shot is good. Garza's got 5.
As a big, but unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Claxton a screen on Simons. Inside. Blocked! Brooklyn pulls it in. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
The bench production was huge, no doubt. A testament to how well prepared this coaching staff is for these tough road games.
Now here's Simons. He picked up 24 points in their last win against the Hawks in Atlanta. Outside, Williams. Pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Assisted.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Thomas against Pritchard. Simons outside. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by Boston.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big 3 era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
Here's Saraf. No points so far. And the call will be against Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul. And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. We look at some of the stingiest defenses in the NBA. Number 1, the Celtics.
Without a doubt, the best defensive team in the league this season. Forget about any other stats, steals, blocks, whatever. It comes down to limiting points. And so far, nobody's been better at holding their opponents in check.
Here's Traoré. He's got 5. Porter, the pass to Thomas. Here's Claxton. And here's what the schedule for Brooklyn looks like. On Thursday, they'll be taking on Bam Adebayo and the Miami Heat. And then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Brandon Ingram and the Toronto Raptors.
Checking out their schedule, they've got a tough run of games coming up, but quality opponents are a great chance for you to see how well your team can truly perform.
That one misses. And a lot of spot-up shooters now adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Celtics trail by 7. Hauser passes to Pritchard. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Boston.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
Pass to Toure. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Now here's Claxton. His stats right now averaging 9 points a game. Now here's Porter outside. On target from range. Porter's got 15.
Continuing to add to his tally with that triple. Now his third of the game.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Minot. Hauser outside. Now Pritchard. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Garza passes to Simons. Here's Garza. Back to Simons. They still need this. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
And this is why you want Simons on the floor. I mean, he can really stretch it.
Pass to Claxton. And here's Porter. Here's Toure. 5 points in the game. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And that one's good. Man,
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Celtics trail by 9. Pritchard with it. Yet to see a basket. Hits the trifecta.
They've got some ground to make up, and shooting the three ball more consistently like they are now should help them do it.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He might have seen something and needs a review with his guys. RJ, looking back at the trade that sent Durant from the Nets to the Suns, what a deal for Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was 4 first-round picks and a swap from the Suns. Also, the Nets got Mikal Bridges, who they shipped to the Knicks for 5 more first-round picks. Now that's how you reboot a team.
And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for him.
Yeah, and it's impossible not to admire how much effort he puts in. He seems to work harder every year, and that kind of work ethic is infectious. When a player hits the boards as hard as he does, his teammates have no choice but to do the same.
Now here's Claxton. Pass to man. Now here's Porter. Outside Sharp. 5 on the clock. Back to man. Got a piece of it. Here's Brown. Man! Brown just showing his toughness inside.
Quick down the lane, Brown flying by defenders.
Outside Sharp. Pass to Porter. The 3. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
Celtics trail by 7. Brown inside. He's guarded by Porter.
Such a great athlete, an elite athlete. JB is at his best, in my opinion, when he is attacking the rim.
They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Outside Sharp. Back to Porter. Pass to man. Outside Sharp. Here's Porter from downtown. The shot, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Minot. Started by Sharp. The offensive rebound. And the shot goes. Now just a three-point Nets lead.
Second chance points are always paid for. Have to make the effort to box out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Porter from outside. Again, Porter missing. The Celtics have gotten 7 shots out of 14 attempts in the second quarter. Simons outside. Pass to Minot. Now Brown. He's guarded by man. Right side Brown. Brooklyn pulls it in. Claxton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Traore. He's covered by Simons. Sharp passes to Porter. That one's good. He's now 8 for 13.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
No
First
doubt,
team
Anthony
foul.
Simons has shown he can be a 20-point per game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve.
Demon, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And so Simons nails both of them.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Pass to Toure. Shoots over Simons. Toure can't hit.
Good idea with the fadeaway, but the defense was just all over it.
Here's Brown. Here's Harper. Outside, Brown. Back to Simons. Here's the 3. Counted from distance. Simons has got 10 points in the quarter.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. It took him a while to get going.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
White, he's checked in for Simons.
Number 9.
Boston on D. Outside man. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 6. Here's Traore. He's guarded by White. Traore can't hit.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul.
Man, good
Second
whistle
team
there.
foul.
Boston shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Harper at the line for 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And that one drops, so now they lead by 1. And so Porter will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They'll be hosting Miami for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. Man misses. Boston on offense. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Kata. Pass to Harper. Let's go with a 3. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 5 rebounds tonight. For 3, Demon. Connects from downtown. Demon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Wow, 8 lead changes in the first half. Unbelievable.
Yeah, both sides digging in for what looks like a war.
White coming through.
He's sending up. Opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Traore. He's got 5. to the middle. Here's Porter, and then Porter with the dunk.
And he's finding the bottom of the net consistently. Porter Jr. is scoring with ease.
Oh, look out! JB throwing it down.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. A minute 37 left to play in the first half. Pass to Porter. And here's Mann. For three, Dimon. Queta pulls it in.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you. Those who've worked with Nets coach Jordi Fernandez rave about his pass skills. He said, quote, "Am I very good at it? I don't know, but I try because I think it's important. When you have that relationship, especially in the tough moments, is when you can break through and be successful. Without it, it's tough, so you try to build it." Back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Allie. Pritchard's checked in for Boston. And the Nets also making a change. Thomas is checked in to the wing, right side. And the call will be against Peyton Pritchard. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul here pretty early in this one. He's got to be careful for the rest of this half.
.56 seconds left in the first half of this one. Order a screen. Thomas outside. 4 on the clock. This one for 3.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Entertainment, everyone. Come on, make some noise.
Making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. .36 seconds left in the second quarter. And here's Thomas. A 26-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
His defensive intensity made a huge difference. Just look at the 3 steals. Just wow. A monster flush from the big man.
White, the pass to Pritchard. There's the 3. Fires in the triple. And the Celtics lead by 4. Now Thomas. Doesn't go for him. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Boston out in front, up 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome, everybody. And as we start to work our way through the season, a sneak peek at the Rookie of the Year race.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
I remember in 1993, you winning that award, Shaq, mainly because you should have won that championship that year, those darn Supersonics.
Now moving on to the Boston Celtics and the close first half they played.
I love the depth of this team, man. Their subs have been huge tonight, giving them a scoring punch that they needed most.
And credit their coach for a rather liberal substitution pattern. He mixed and matched beautifully in that first half. Thanks as always for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. One of the stories here, Michael Porter getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. All right, let's check up on Day'Ron Sharpe with Allie LaForce.
Hey there, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Nets. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Despite the longer time frame for a full recovery, the training staff is letting him play. We'll be keeping you updated as we hear more, but for now, he's not going to let this slow him down.
Allie, thanks for the report.
Listen, the big thing is now we have more information on what's going on with him. Hopefully, there's no setbacks.
They've got Peyton Pritchard, also Derek White out there, and it's Brown in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Now here's White. Pass to Queta. There's the double with Sharpe. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Back to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer Pritchard. The rebound by the Nets. Porter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the paint. And then Porter with the dunk.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. White finds Brown. Beyond the arc. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Pass to Sharpe. It's rebounded by Walsh. Walsh has got his 4th rebound in this one. White drives in. And he throws it down with one hand.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Here's Traore. 5 points in the game. Outside Porter to the inside. Here's Sharpe. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to Queta. Now here's Pritchard. There's a screen. Takes the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Traore. Pass to Porter. Down low. Traore gets the bucket. Traore's got 7 points in the game.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
Now here's White. 9 points in the game. Outside, Brown. Left side, Pritchard. Shoots it from the corner. He's off on that one.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap. Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
And there's a pick. And here's Brown for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he hits 2.
And then Porter with the dunk.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop. That thing's over.
White, the pass to Pritchard. Back to White. Pass to Brown. Shoots over Demon. Boston, no good that time either.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
And with Jaylen Brown on the wing, he feels like any given night he has the advantage in this matchup.
He's either They're too fast for the big guys or too strong for the small guys. That's the problem. He is a handful on both ends of the floor also.
And the Celtics in possession here. Following the three by Brooklyn. Outside, Brown. To the paint to get back on track. And the layup is up and in. Cade has got 5.
Love to see Brown facilitate out of a pick and roll, and I'm sure his coach feels the same way.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Wow, it's been quite a game for Jaylen Brown.
Okay, I'm going to take you guys inside the huddle, all right? The message from coach is simple. Stop and
For your team.
That have made a difference with their defense in the past 10 games. Number 1, the Celtics.
Well, over these last few games, they've been putting excellent pressure on the ball handlers and then turning those forced errors into easy points.
It's Sharp on the wing. Pass to Man. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. And here's Porter outside. Knocks it down from distance. Porter's got 32 points.
he's just lighting them up in this game. The D's going to have to extend a little bit more, or he's going to keep knocking them down from deep.
Here's Walsh. Up top, Brown. Pass to White. And he drops it in from the low post. White's got 11 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Now Man. For the lead. Rebound Boston. Kidd has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. The lead is 2. They'll be hosting Miami for their next game. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. Now here's Porter. 32 points in the game for him. Outside man. For 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. They've led by as much as 10.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Pass to Sharp. Outside Porter. 3-pointer. Drains the triple. Porter's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Yeah, guard-like skills in a forward's body. Porter Jr. with the quick release.
Simons outside. Here's Walsh. Outside, Brown. Ooh, Jaylen Brown took the hit.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Pass to Sharp. It's good from about 19 feet. Sharp's got 10 points in the game. Boston has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Now here's White. Defense is right there. Can't get it to fall. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Minot's checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for White. And a change for the Nets. Claxton. He's checked in for Sharp. Pass to man. Here's Traore. He's got 9. And he jams it home with authority. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Simons outside. Takes a 3. Mina can't get it to go.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board. Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break. Now, at 4 fouls in the game, he's going to have to be a little bit more careful with his defense the rest of the way.
Thomas checked in for Brooklyn.
Brooklyn substitution, number 24, Cameron Thomas.
Here's Brown. Brown going to work.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. Daddy should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Thomas outside. Pass to Claxton. And here's Porter. Fires from deep. He buries it from 3. Porter's got 40 points.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
Simons finds Brown. Here's Mina. He's guarded by Porter. Here's Mina. Back to Brown. The rebound by Mann. Brooklyn leading by 4. Porter gets the bucket. 42 points for Michael Porter.
And a nice bump for their offense this half. Now shooting over 50% for the game.
Pass to Mina. And here's Brown. He's guarded by Mann. And Brown gets the 3.
Hey, he's doing whatever he can right now to pump up his teammates.
Outside Porter. Thomas with the ball. Averaging almost 23 points a contest. A fantastic offensive player. And Claxton gets it to go on the assist by Thomas. Claxton's got 7 points.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3 ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Here's Mina. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game.
So hard to guard him without fouling sometimes. Brown doesn't mind getting a little contact on his way out.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
Well, something else that stands out is how they've shared the ball. I mean, they're getting a lot of their points from sharp passing.
Free throw good. Brown.
And we've watched Brown blossom into a talented scorer, someone who's capable of shouldering that entire offensive load.
And the Celtics making a change here. Garza is checked in. And both free throws good for Brown. Nets leading by 3. Pass to Claxton. Now here's Porter. Back to Claxton. Deflected! And here's Simons. Clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 12.
Digging deep, Simons to the hole himself.
Thomas outside. There's a screen. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's what his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
Here's Brown. Off target at the rim. Michael Porter. He's been the guy making things happen for Brooklyn with 4 3-pointers in the quarter alone, proving he's a threat at the arc. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
3-10. Porter's behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. On the floor for Brooklyn, Cam Thomas out there with Zaire Williams. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Wolf in at the 4. Now here's Thomas. The D's right on him. Williams finds Thomas. Boston pulls it in.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Why not? Brooklyn pulls it in. Porter's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Williams passes to Porter. Here's Thomas for 3. Here's Claxton. The floater. The rebound, Celtics. Minot's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Gonzalez. Pass to Minot. Now here's Hauser. Here's Gonzalez. Williams defending. There's a screen to tie it up. Hits the 3-pointer. And this game is tied up now.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Thomas outside. Pass to Porter. No good that time either. After having trailed for a while, they could retake the lead.
Nice effort to battle back and put themselves in this position.
Now here's Simons. Here's Garza. Collects the 2 points near the hoop. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Simons against Thomas. And there's a whistle. That goes on Cam Thomas. That's his first foul.
Can't give him too much grief for that one. He's been mistake-free for the most part.
So the Nets making a switch here. Sharps checked in.
Day'Ron Sharp.
For Boston, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Pass to Gonzalez. Back to Simons. Here's Minot. Hauser outside. To the middle. Here's Simons. Here's Garza. And the shot's good. Garza's got 4 points now in the quarter.
We've seen that more than once. Today, an effortless basket inside.
Williams passes to Thomas. And here's Porter outside. And the call will be against Nicholas Claxton. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Boston leading by 4. Simons deciding where to go with it. Hauser, that's good.
You give a shooter a face calendar that much time to see it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
The Nets have got none of their shots to go in this final quarter. 0 for 4. Simons against Thomas. Here's Porter. The Kick out to Williams. To win the run. Hauser grabs the board.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some sort of momentum.
Here's Gonzalez. Pass to Minot. Here's Garza, guarded by Sharp. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hauser. Sharp grabs the miss. Sharp's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. On the wing, Porter. Williams on the wing. For 3. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Boston leading by 7. To the inside. Here's Minot. And he can't get that one. Thomas with the defensive effort. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Some changes for Brooklyn. Demon, he's checked in for Claxton. Mann comes in for Williams. Traore comes in for Thomas. And Brooklyn with possession here. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Traore for 3. Gonzalez pulls it in. Boston's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. After the basket by Boston. Inside to win the cold spell. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Now here's Simons. That 3's off the mark.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Outside man. Six on the shot clock. For 3, Demon. Pure from three-point range.
If you're not right up there on him, oh, he's going to make him pay.
And here's Simons. Outside. From the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Pass to Minot. Here's Gonzalez. Here's Minot. He's guarded by Porter. Here's Minot. There's Simons with a 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Porter's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big-time effort. And that's an intentional foul. A big group substitution here for Boston.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Dimon. Pass to Toure. Outside man. Here's Dimon. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Drops in the three. Hauser's got 6 here in the quarter.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Pass to man. Outside Sharp. Queta pulls it in. Queta's got 9 rebounds now. Celtics lead by 5. Down low. A nice shot by Walsh.
Those assist numbers from Brown have continued. To creep up.
Brooklyn has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. Here's Toure. On the wing, Porter. Defended by Brown. That one's good for 2.
Hey, he's doing everything he can to keep them afloat.
Now Brown. They set the pick. Pass to Hauser. Here's Walsh. Shot clock at 6. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 6 assists in the game. Nets trail by 7. Here's Dimon. Now here's Porter. Sharp, a screen on Brown. And rejected. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Now Sharp. Now Porter picks up the tray. Oh, no good. Oh, here's White on the drive. Oh, the feathering touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Richards checked in for Hauser. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. Coach telling their players, let's play with urgency. This is the game. I know we'll win if we play hard. Let's see how the team responds.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Toure. Outside man. Now Sharp. Here's Porter. From deep three-point land. That's off. Boston leading by 12. Brown outside. There's a minute 54 left in the fourth quarter here. From downtown. Ooh, it doesn't go. Brooklyn shooting at 45% of the game so far. Here's Toure. And the call is going to be, yes, on an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while. but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Boston's gone 4 of 9 from three-point range in the fourth. Here's Pritchard. Here's the pass to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 15-footer. Oh, it drops in.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Celtics.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And for the year, this will give them win number 17. And one of the league's superstars, producing as he always does. What a terrific game for Jaylen Brown.
Incredible game for him. He had endless energy. No doubt the best player on the floor tonight.
Here's Pritchard, following the 3 by Brooklyn. The triple drop.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Here's Traore, sharp. Oh, touches it off the glass. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. White with it. From way back. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, BA. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Jaylen, congratulations. You had a monster game. What was your mindset coming in?
Just be aggressive, keep playing my game. No doubt, just keep executing the game plan, everything will fall in place.
This team needs you to be aggressive. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.